What's going on, y'all? My name is Jay Crum.
My name is Zach Watkins.
And we are starting a new podcast, something new going on. This thing is called the Valiant Club. And really, we're just two musicians who are talking about culture, faith, and music. And man, we got a lot of episodes and a lot of cool things planned for y'all. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in to episode 1. How you feeling today, bro?
Yo, you know, I gotta be honest though, because I went around the corner.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the diction and make sure I was saying Valiant the right way.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to be the person. I don't want to be that guy on the show that's like, I'm gonna say it wrong, or I just opened up and said it wrong right away. So yeah, I had to, because I was always saying like Valiant or something at first.
Valiant.
Valiant. That's that Midwest in me, I guess.
I hear that. Yeah, Valiant.
So I had to make sure I went to the diction and got it right.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Zach, tell the people a little bit about who you are, what you do.
Yeah, like I said, my name's Zach. I am a musician, artist, entrepreneur. I'm started up a band, or I'm in a band, or frontman of a band called The Fae. Outside of that, man, I have a company called IC Melody that pretty much is the umbrella of all the art that is Zach Watkins in a sense. The Fae is one of those. Also it's like I really love diving into fashion. Yeah. And I love diving into like community live events. That's kind of one of the biggest things I like to do too. So yeah, man, in a nutshell, that's just kind of me, in a sense. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm Jay Crum, and I've made music for over half my life.
Yeah.
But I was a former pastor, recently deconstructed, and now am recognized as agnostic, and used to make Christian music, did all that. And so this is kind of a new journey for me. Just dropped a new album called Valiant, and kind of running with that because, I don't know, I just feel like that, in a sense, represents a lot of people who went down this path. And I know you've had, me and you have conversations where we've had similar experiences and stuff like that. So, But yeah, I also run a company called Streetlight Sounds. It's a creative agency, so we do consultations. I've made a course for independent artists, teaching them how to brand themselves, and how to build actual fan bases that pay for stuff. Yeah. So so we ain't got people out here just broke,
Yeah, that's needed.
But yeah, no. We do graphic design. We do a bunch of different stuff with Streetlight Sounds. But I wanted to add this to it. People have been begging for a podcast from me for a while, and I just was waiting for the right person to do it. And you and me, we met for coffee and we talked, and it just felt natural. You know what I mean? And
so I'm that guy. I'm that guy. You put in. I'm honored.
For sure. No, I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
We got a bunch of topics today, and so we can just jump right into it.
Let's do it.
We can't release a podcast at this time, right, without discussing the new Drake 21 Savage album.
Yes.
Right. Her Loss.
Yes. Her Loss.
Her Loss.
Hey, speaking of the album cover.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you heard about the story of the album cover?
Tell me about it.
Okay, so the story of the album cover, she's a IG influencer.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But she's a stripper.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy is, I've kind of scrolled through my IG and stuff before to see it. So when I first seen the picture, I was like, wait, hold on for a second. That's not like, I've seen that photo multiple times on Instagram. That's like a very, very, very popular photo. And so Drake was he was basically in a room or a space with the person who shot that photo.
Yeah.
And he just asked, I want that photo, and I needed that photo.
Yeah.
What's crazy about it is, like, obviously it's just gonna blow up her like crazy.
Right.
She's
right.
Gonna,
I hope so.
A whole other level.
So,
Yeah. Whole other level. So, it was crazy because, like I said, I've seen that photo multiple times, and when I scrolled up, I just thought maybe somebody, you get like on Instagram a lot of times, like people find a photo and they just kind of like make their own photos.
Yeah.
And so when I seen it posted, I thought somebody just did that. And then I read the article and basically, he just was like, man,
I
that's
want
hard.
that.
I want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. Because his covers be trash, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is funny you say that because subliminally, that's kind of how I was expressing it. I'm not like, again, the photo is amazing.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of a lack of.
It might be his best cover though. It might be, other than Nothing Was the Same probably.
Yeah.
And Take Care. But like recently his covers have just been like.
Yeah. What's the one with him on the tower, like sitting
on
the tower?
Yeah. Views.
That was rough.
Yeah.
That was
rough. just sit on the tower.
Yeah, man,
what was the other one?
Dre gets get away with.
Yeah,
a lot
bro.
With
He gets
that,
away. He the MySpace graphics, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no.
Exactly.
I listened to the project.
Yeah.
Sonically, I think it's fire.
Okay.
Sonically, I fuck with it. Like I feel like
who's producing?
You got 40 on there.
Okay.
You got, I don't know who all the producers are.
Okay.
I don't know who all the producers are.
A lot of people though.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, they got some samples and stuff too.
Yeah.
They sample Daft Punk like.
Oh really?
Yeah, so there's a ton. There's got to be a ton of writers on
Oh snap.
on a lot of. But yeah. It's
okay.
Sonically, I fuck with the album.
Okay.
Now, there's been a lot of controversy around this album.
Yeah.
Right.
What about lyrically? Before you go there,
lyrically, it's
exactly what you expected.
Yeah. Lyrically, it's what I expected. Well, no. Lyrically, it's not what lyrically, as far as lyrical prowess, it's what I expected.
Okay.
But content wise, it wasn't necessarily what I expected.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, I thought 21 was going to out rap Drake on this project.
Oh really?
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah,
I don't think Drake gets out rapped though.
I think Drake.
And to be honest, let me say this first though. I'm not a Drake fan like that, but I honestly I can't deny the dude just has a niche with delivery.
Did you listen? Did you
phrases?
You hear that joint with him and Lil Baby?
Yeah,
Lil Baby. What do you mean he don't get out rapped? Did it?
That's true.
It was embarrassing.
That's true. That's true.
It was.
That is true.
Shit was bad.
Yeah, you talking about the Khaled one, right? You're not talking about that?
Yeah.
You cut the Khaled one. Staying Alive.
That one. No, there's one off. I rapped him on that little EP he dropped. He dropped like a 3-song joint, right?
Yep.
So he did that, and then
Yep.
And then he Pound Cake.
Oh yeah.
Come on,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Drake. It don't happen a lot. But I'll say this. I thought when I'm taking Drake's last few bodies, I'm not even trying to hate. I fuck with Drake for the most part. Right?
Yeah.
Or I used to. I'll explain why I don't.
Yeah.
As much now. But like his last few bodies of work, he wasn't really like rapping like that. He kind of was like, all right, I'm gonna get my pop bag. I'm gonna make this money.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Every once in a while he'll pop up and show you, yo, I'm a rapper.
I still got it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, bro. So, but he had smoke for a lot of people on this project, bro. Drake had smoke for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
He disses Kanye on this project.
Which, tell me about that first.
So he says he linked with the ops. Jay Prince. He said something. Did it all for Jay Prince. Linked with the ops. Did it all for Jay Prince. So,
he went there. Huh?
Yeah, he went there with it. So little lines there.
Yeah.
He. You know who Ice Spice is? Okay.
All
right.
Yes. Okay. So, because I heard that got explained because he stopped following her.
Right.
So that got explained.
Right.
What was the explanation?
I don't know how it got explained.
Okay.
But on the project, he says she's a 10, but she's trying to rap. It sounds good on mute. Right. And so when I heard that, I immediately thought of Ice Spice. Right. And I'm not saying like. I think I've heard some stuff where I'm like, oh wait, she got some bars. I'm not like trying to hate her delivery, kind of like lackluster or whatever. But like, for me, it was like when I put everything together, you heard the song, you probably heard some other stuff.
Yeah.
You probably wasn't messing with it.
Yeah.
You was like to the point where you was like, I don't even want to follow you though. I ain't even trying to follow you no more.
Yeah. This might not look good for me.
So I was like, when I heard it, I was like, oh, that must be Ice. He probably talking about Ice Spice.
Yeah.
Ice Spice on Twitter then was like, at least I'm a 10. Right? I was like, which for me confirmed that, he talking about you, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So he had smoke, so he had smoke for Ice Spice. He had smoke for Kanye.
Yeah.
He had smoke for Adidas.
Yeah.
But he had smoke for Meg, bro.
Yeah.
And here's my problem, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Pusha T exposed your baby. He exposed your baby mama. He ruined your Adidas deal.
And what the exposure of that was so crazy though, too, because Drake opened up to it though.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, it's so funny about like that type of, when you expose somebody so much, you have to attach to it now. Now it becomes part of your daily life.
Yeah.
That's a whole other level of laying it down. Yeah. Like till you do it to the level where it's like, oh well, now I have to accept it every day.
I can't even rap back at you. I have to address these things that you said because I can't even rap back right now.
Exactly.
You fucked things up that bad, right?
Yeah.
Drake was talking like he was ready to like send people at him. Like he's like, it's not rap anymore. There's just certain rules you got. Nah, listen. He had all that smoke for it, right? He put you on the cover with blackface, bro. He exposed you wearing blackface. All of that.
The grassy.
Right? Yeah. And you diss Meg. He didn't have to say that. This is why I don't fuck with him, right? Because that for me that's like the weakest move you could. She wasn't bothering you.
Yeah,
she wasn't in your vicinity. She over here. You don't even fuck with Tory like that. Yeah. I remember you was dissing that nigga. Like you wasn't fucking with Tory up to this point.
That's true.
You just shot at her randomly for what?
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's fucked up. Like I don't think you get lower than that.
That's true.
I don't think you can get lower than
that's true.
Joking about some woman getting like the type of abuse, like you saw a nigga pulling a gun out and saying "dance bitch" and shooting at your feet.
See what's crazy? I was about to say I don't fully even know. The story.
Yeah. So no, Tory pulled a gun out, said "dance bitch," shot at her feet. Right. She's living with like bullet fragments in her foot right now.
Yeah.
So I'm just like putting all that together, bro. I'm like, there's no like, you can't. Why joke about that shit?
That's
you
true.
know what I mean?
That Yeah.
So I don't know, man. But but that's why I just think there's so many people you have smoke for, that you legitimately could have smoke for. Diddy smacked the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Confirmed by Kanye, Diddy smacked the shit out of you. You had no bars for Diddy.
You don't want it with Diddy or Pusha, any of those. You don't want
bruh.
You
he smacked the shit out of you. In front of people.
Yeah.
And you don't got no smoke for them. I don't have
nothing to say about that. I'll be honest with you. I don't like that's the whole.
Listen, I know that I know I fucked up a chance for a Drake feature, but
it's over now. Drake ain't knocking on the door. He was just about to knock too. About to knock.
Right. So you've been doing music for how long?
Dude, professionally, I've been doing music for since I was 19 or 20. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
How long you been like touring and doing stuff like that?
I started touring when I was 23, 24.
Okay.
So about 12 years. Yep.
Okay.
My first tour, I think I was 24.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, I fuck with that.
Yep.
All right, let me ask you. Give me your craziest tour story.
Yeah. Dude, you know, it's crazy when I think about those two, because it's like a lot of times they pop up because of like references, like certain references pop up. So I'm trying to think like what would pop up on my head right now, man. Strongest one that pops in my head. I just told this story to somebody the other day, man. We were in we were doing a whole South by Southwest tour thing. We'd start up from Nebraska, go all the way down, come all the way up. 2 weeks long tour. And we had did a show in Fort Worth, Texas, and the guy, one of my good friends at the time, is from Fort Worth. So after we had got done doing the show and everything like that, he was like, "Man, okay, now we're gonna take it out on the nightlife, let's go on the nightlife," that was a common thing all the time.
Yeah,
a lot of times we already knew, like, we do a show, it's party time. That was kind of the whole dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So he was from Fort Worth, but he knew a lot of the bar owners and stuff at the bars, and so he wanted us to meet this one guy at this one bar that he was possibly linking up with us to see if we'd perform there next time we go on the road. So we get in there, and the guy's super cool, man. We're meeting up with the guy and everything, and we're chatting and we're talking, and he was like, "Rounds on me?" Of course, we're rounds. Let's start rounds. Remind you, right after the show, we went to the liquor store. We're pulling in the back of the car, and the truck, and the van. Yeah. So I'm already at 60-70% at that level already, right? So he's talking about doing rounds, shots of rounds, and I'm like, cool, let's do it. So boom, 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 just having a good time, I remember sitting at the space, right? And I was sitting down, and the night was just about to end. I remember looking at my clock like, man, this is gonna be so much fun. I'm having so much fun, man. I just don't want this night to end, man. Like, whatever. Looking at the clock, it was like 1:30, bars closed at 2:00 type thing. And all of a sudden, like, it just started, like, it was almost like the alcohol was rising to my head. I couldn't even feel what was going on.
Yeah.
And, like, literally, all I remember, it was like, okay, time to go. Bars closing down. If you've ever been to Fort Worth, whoever's been to Fort Worth, like college town, but like big city college town. It's got that feel. So it's like really, really cool. It gets really packed. But that whole main area downtown is just like it's a college scene. And so bars ended, whatever, right? So we walk out of the bars, and I'm like leaned up against the wall, whatever, and I'm feeling it hard. Like I've never felt it this long in a long time, man. Yeah. And I think I've been roofied before. I have a story about that too. That's another tour story. I should have told that one. But so I'm leaning against the wall, man, like whatever. And I mean, literally, it was like everything just went straight blurry. Mm-hmm. I mean, I couldn't see, I couldn't think, I couldn't even like function. And my rhythm guitarist Louis was on the side of me right over here, and my bandmate Ishma, who was like my right hand man. I just kind of vividly kind of see him like running across the streets and whatever, like going across the streets, and I'm like in tears, like, Ishma, don't leave. Don't leave. Cops is coming closer like that, and my rhythm guitarist Louis was like, Zach, man, you gotta pull it together. Cops is still coming. So I'm like, we're trying to like keep myself together, and I'm leaning against the wall, trying to breathe all hard, and I'm like in tears, dog, because I like all I was thinking in my head was like, these niggas is about to leave me. Yeah. And they're about to leave me. So I'm like, Ishma, yelling from across the street. They come after me, whatever, like, Ishma's like, see, nigga, I'm not gonna leave you. I got you, bro. I got you. They picked me up, bro, put me in the back of the thing, and I was out. I don't remember anything. Oh, damn. Anything. We go all the way back, obviously went back to the hotel, whatever. Wake up the next day at the Airbnb, had an Airbnb. Yeah. Wake up the next day in an Airbnb, and there was a big knock on the door. That was like an upstairs thing that we were going to get kicked out of the Airbnb, and everybody's tripping like, why? I popped up. I'm fully clothed, but I was in the bedroom. Like, I pop up like, what's going on? They's like, we're getting kicked out. We got to get out. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, why we got to get kicked out? They had said somebody went downstairs, opened up the refrigerator. We were supposed to be downstairs in the Airbnb. It was upstairs. That was all we were supposed to go. Somebody went downstairs, opened the refrigerator, went through the almond milk, drank almond milk, poured a bowl of stuff, left through had some cashews going up the stairs. First thing I'm thinking, I was like, dog, that had to be me, right? Like, I'm so messed up. Like, that's probably what happened. Had to be me. But everybody was like, Z, dog, there's no way, bro. Like, I remember being pulled up the stairs. You went straight to sleep. There's no way. You know what I'm saying? To this day, nobody knows who took the cashews and almonds. It's a crazy thing. We still talk about a date. Like, every other once in a while it pops up like, do we really know who took it? My thing is, only person I know, the person like me that eats almond milk and drinks almond milks, almonds and stuff like that, is Ishma. But Ishma denies to this day. Like, he did not do it to this day. Yeah, dog. It was, like it's one of those things I always think about, like, literally every time we tour, especially when we think about doing like Airbnbs, because I'm like, man, I don't ever want to get so drunk to the point where I don't remember I went downstairs and took the almond milk. Yeah. Bro. I don't want to get kicked out to that level. But yeah, dog. Yeah, those road lives, man. It's crazy. I miss that shit. I miss that shit.
I'm not staying in no Airbnb like that. Yeah. I need the whole house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The whole all bedrooms,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Free access to the refrigerator. Yeah, we
Yeah.
had no access to the refrigerator. That was the rule. No access to the refrigerator.
access to the refrigerator.
We had a little mini fridge upstairs,
Damn.
but no access to the refrigerator.
How many of y'all was it?
So this is when we had 5 in the band. There's 5 of us in the band. We toured with the manager. We toured with 2 photographers.
Jesus.
So and my friend Alon. So it was 9 of us.
Okay.
Yep.
Jesus.
9 of us total.
In
Yep.
a
basically a 2-bedroom
with a mini
upstairs.
fridge.
In a
9
mini
niggas
fridge.
in a mini fridge. Sheesh. Damn,
When you say it like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
that was rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Bruh, so I used to tour with my church, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I was part of this like discipleship program. I got 2 crazy stories. I have to tell 2 of them because they're both equally absurd. Bro. All right. So I'm doing like I'm heavy in Christian rap at this point. So I'm doing Christian rap. Yeah. And then I'm also like the worship leader for like this group that we tour. So we would tour these youth groups, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we would stay in host homes. Sometimes we would have hotels.
Yeah.
Sometimes like we would sleep at the church.
Yep.
Right. Depending on the however much money the church has, depending on what we was going to do.
Yeah.
So this is one of the times. The 2 stories I'm going to tell are the times where we had to stay at the church.
Yeah.
All right. So the first time, we go to this small city called Aurora, Colorado, bro.
Aurora. Oh, I know what that is. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aurora, Colorado.
Yep.
Beautiful. It's right in the mountains. It's beautiful and everything like that, right?
Yep.
But there's this. But it's small town.
Yeah.
We're going to this church, and we're doing like the youth group thing, whatever. And then they have like 2 rooms for us to like stay in.
Okay.
2 rooms in the church.
In the church.
Right.
Yeah.
We were like sleeping on the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
Bumming it out, bro.
Yeah.
For the Lord.
How many people? Like, is this like choir? Like,
bro, it's like 15 of us, bro.
Okay.
It's like 8 guys, 7 girls. Like it's we're driving down this fucking shuttle.
Yeah.
Like it just was. It was.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mess, bro.
Yeah.
But what I would do, like us and some of the guys, like if we was gonna stay in the church, we're gonna explore the church. Like,
of course,
it's a big church.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like,
we're
gonna
like being in a hotel.
We're gonna try to get in the rooms we ain't supposed to be in and stuff like that. So, so bro, I go into this room.
Yeah.
And I find this giant mural of burning crosses. Just like, and I'm like, and so I'm like, shit. I'm one of like 2 black people in this program.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm going back to these niggas. I'm like,
yeah.
Yo, we can't stay.
Yeah.
My black ass is not staying here. I can't stay here, bro. And they're like, what's wrong? I was like, there's a giant mural in the other room of burning crosses. Like, y'all don't see this shit? And they're like, no, like these white folks. Bro.
Yeah.
They're like, no, it's the Holy Spirit. I was like, fuck no, bro. No,
even
it's
so,
not the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, even so,
you got burning crosses in this room.
Yeah.
Get me the fuck out of here, bro. I do not want to be here. So we ended up staying. We ended up like, I had to sleep in another room.
Yeah.
I was like freaked out. Right? Some second story.
Damn.
We're going to this small. I can't remember the name of the city, but it's a small city in Louisiana, bro.
Okay.
Like small city, like not like racist Louisiana, bro. So we go there. The people who have the church are like, hey, we're gonna go down to the elementary school and you're gonna rap for the kids and and you're gonna invite everybody to the youth group. I'm like, all right, they always have me do that shit. So I go to the school. Yeah. I rap for the school. Yeah. And then like, so then they all come. So we do the service. The service is cool, or whatever. They don't tell us that, or the people who my church, the people I went down with, don't tell me that we're sleeping in the church.
Okay.
So I didn't bring a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
I didn't come prepared at all, bro. I just got like my
clothes in the back.
Clothes, and so and it gets cold. It got really cold.
Yeah.
So we're sleeping in the children's church room, bro.
Okay.
Solid, like
on the floors.
On the floor, bro. So I'm like laying.
Yes, like just that one alone. Like,
yeah. So I put my bag. So I'm using like my bag as a pillow. And I'm shivering, bro.
Yeah.
So my homie Anthony, he gets
I'm scared
up,
of where this comes from. I'm almost
bro. He gets up. He goes to the church in the sanctuary. There's a cross in there, and they got a blanket draped over the cross, right? Like to symbolize, like like Jesus is like cloth.
Yeah, the cloth. Yeah, the hanging cloth.
Yeah,
yeah.
He takes the cloth off the cross.
Yeah,
and he like spreads it over me, like. and so I'm like half asleep at this point. I'm like, nigga, did this nigga just touch me in? Nigga? Like, what just happened? And I hear the director asking Anthony. He's like, Anthony, where did you find that blanket?
Yeah.
He was like, it was on the cross.
Yeah.
He was like,
straight out of
hey, bro. Yeah. He was like, put it back, bro. and Anthony was like, what would Jesus do, bro?
Got him,
bro. That was
got him. Oh my goodness, dog.
Yeah, no, those are the craziest.
Man.
Torrent, bro.
So did he put it back?
Yeah, he put it back.
Okay.
Man,
the dude was mad.
Fuck them people, bro.
Yeah.
They let me shiver and fucking on the floor. After I promoted this shit, I was a star in that shit. Y'all should have fucking.
That's rough.
Yeah, bro.
Sleep on the floor with your bag, bro.
Yeah, bro. That shit was fuck them niggas. But anyway,
yo, speaking of Aurora though,
yeah,
isn't that a very, very racist city?
Very racist city, bro.
Isn't that that's the isn't that the history of what's the story, man? Dang it, I can't think of it. But Aurora, man, there's some. That's the
Watch, we should get us like some listeners from like, fuck you, niggers.
Cancel.
We're not racist.
Cancel. Aurora though is the fucking movie. The movie Denzel's son did the movie.
Oh,
the KKK thing. That's Aurora.
Klansman.
That's Aurora.
The Black Klansman. It might be.
That's Aurora, bro.
It was Aurora? Okay. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna look that up. That's Aurora, though, bro. I think that's Aurora.
Yeah.
That's why, like, I don't like when you said burning crosses. I was like, oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't walk down the street. Cancel.
Nah, bro. I wasn't going when I saw this church had a giant mural of burning church. They were burning crosses. I'm not going nowhere, bro. I'm like. When are we leaving? When can we get at this bus?
Dude, that stuff is so scary, man.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about that stuff too is, man, I don't think people like it's like, I mean, I obviously like my band, I got predominantly white band members, and well now actually, I got a Latino drummer and a black bass player.
Okay.
Well, but before, it was, and a lot of times we go to these small towns. Obviously we travel down, in the Midwest and these small towns, stuff like that, dog, and. They didn't a lot of times understand, my vibe was kind of like on this kind of, I had to roll my chest out kind of,
yeah.
And they didn't understand that. They didn't really understand, like, dude, what's the problem?
Yeah, like, relax, brother.
Look at my melanin is the problem. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like, at that time, obviously, I had Ishmael and stuff around and everything like that. So, I felt a lot of like, protection in that sense.
Yeah.
And then once, we parted ways, and it was just me and those guys, it was kind of like, dude, a lot of times I was thinking about when I think about booking, I'm like, I'm not going there no more.
Right.
I can't trust these guys to have my back. If something goes down,
Right.
Yeah. Dog, it's that stuff is, tell you. And there's, next episode we get the stories about stuff in tour episodes. I got some stories, but that's
bro.
Yeah.
Let's talk about more current events. All right. So we got this whole Kanye Kyre situation and this whole conversation around anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's talk about Kanye first.
Okay.
So Kanye,
I feel like you have to.
Right,
That's by law.
Yeah,
that's Kanye law.
Yeah.
You have to.
So Kanye makes a statement on his Instagram.
Yeah.
Saying, I'm going to go DEFCON 30 on Jewish people.
Now.
Yeah. I don't think, right? I don't think here's a nuance of the conversation. I don't think he meant it like that.
No, I don't.
However,
no,
that's what you said, right?
Yeah,
that's what you like. That's what point blank. You asking people to read deeper into it.
Yeah,
it's not their responsibility. You're accountable for the words you put on that page, right?
Yeah.
So,
and that was vocally said, right? That wasn't typed.
I think it was typed actually. I think he typed it. He posted it. He got kicked off.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yep,
that was yep. You're right. That was.
He then he does it. So he goes and does an interview, does a LeBron interview.
Yeah.
That doesn't get aired.
Yep. Because
of he's supposed to say some shit.
Yeah.
Right. He must have said some shit enough to be like.
Yeah. He kept going.
Yeah. We can't.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. He does the
drink champs.
The drink champs. Right.
This is the second one.
The second drink champs. Right.
Was that aired?
Yes.
I'm gonna check that out.
So you can't. They pulled it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did. I watched the entire drink champs.
That
episode.
one. The second one.
That one. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kanye gets up there and he says, he makes statements about, he basically doubles down, right? He doubles down, and
like he always does.
Yeah, he doubles down, and this is in the first little bit of the video of the interview. He just he goes on this tangent about Jewish people in general, about basically all of that, right? He tries to make the point, and I think if he would, I think this is where it got lost, because I think the point he was trying to make, got lost in him not being sophisticated enough to say his point.
Okay.
Right? So he was basically trying to say like, or the people who were trying to clean it up, I guess. He's trying to say like, oh no, the rich people own all our shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Instead he's like, no, the Jews own all our shit. Mm-hmm. The Jews keep pushing this stuff out. The Jews, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he couldn't figure out why that was like anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that's
right.
Yeah,
because he thinks because a lot of people when they say like anti-Semitism, they think anti-Semitism only refers to negative stereotypes.
Yeah.
You know, and not the positive. So he was like, "No, I'm praising y'all. You guys own the banks, and you guys own all this. You know, I'm jealous." He's like, "I'm jealous of y'all. I'm jealous of the Jews. You know, stuff like that. That's anti-Semitism.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like you don't realize that that's same as when people are like, people say, "Oh, you're black. You probably can play basketball. You know, you're black. You know, you probably really good at. You probably can rap. But you still like, even like I have a problem when someone's like, "Oh yeah, you probably rap."
Yep.
I still like get offended because I'm like, you just assume that because I'm black.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like with a white person, hey, you'll spit some bar, or hey, you know, like I just.
Yep. Of course.
But but basically he made that statement, right?
Yeah.
And it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Not only that, in the interview, he made a statement. He was like, because they were trying to push back, like, "Yo, you know, you've done a lot of stuff like against like black people, and we're not really fucking with that."
Yeah.
Like,
this is on Drink Champs.
Yeah. And he was like, "Man, my wife is white. I give a fuck about black people. Y'all left me. You know, the black community didn't fight for me when they took my kids and all this type of stuff." So it was like, it just turned into this whole, it was a mess, bro. It was a mess, right? And I think because all of that, this whole conversation are wrapped around contracts and everything. I think it's a nuanced one because yes, there are people who hold contracts over our heads, right?
Yes.
There are people who've taken advantage of our people.
Yes.
There are all of that.
Of course.
But to put that all on Jewish people is like, that's anti-Semitic. You know what I mean? You can't say that, right?
And in general, just stupid because it's just that's a whole other. Yeah.
So what I saw was people trying to compare what Kanye was saying to what Dave Chappelle was saying.
Yeah.
Because when Dave Chappelle was talking about contracts. Mm-hmm. He was talking about how black people are taken advantage of. He was talking about how we don't get to own shit. How how there's this whole thing where like black people are treated like slaves in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Right. Nowhere in any of what Dave Chappelle said was he ever anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
There's sophistication in what he said. Of
course.
Right. And so for me, when people talk about genius,
yes,
when people talk about intelligence, when people talk about, things like that, for me, if you are not able to articulate your point,
yes,
in a way
that's like presentable,
right? Because you can't just keep saying stuff and then people being like, and then coming back and be like, well, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
And still be like, I'm the smartest person in the world.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
You can't continue to carry yourself like if every controversial statement you said, you come back and say, well, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
Like
y'all should understand me.
Nah, bro. You lacked that. You continue to step out and be like, yo, I'm just so smart that like you guys don't understand
exactly.
me. Right. I'm so up here that y'all don't.
Yes.
It's like, nah, bro.
Yes. No.
Like you can't keep talking like that and then expecting like you not to be held accountable for that.
Yeah, and that's like let me because man, it's crazy.
Yeah.
My biggest thing with like Kanye is that like most people can't deny that Kanye is speaking a lot of knowledge. Like a lot of times, and when you dig into a lot of the stuff that he's saying, and when you like start to dive into a lot of this stuff he's saying, he's speaking a lot of truth. He's speaking a lot of knowledge. Mm-hmm. Yes, his number one issue is the way he presents his issue. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know how to present his issue, and I totally agree with you with that. Like he has this whole thing of just saying, I'm Kanye West. I say it the way I feel. It's on my head. You guys struggle with not saying how you feel. I say what I feel right away. Mm-hmm. But dude, that doesn't make you a better person for not taking a second knowing how to present it better than presenting it. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make you a better person. He tries to glorify himself on this whole like, I wear it on my sleeves, I say it right away. Mm-hmm. That doesn't make you a better person for that, bro. To me, that's like, I wish I could sit him down and just be like, bro, like, nigga, like, you need to stop with that. That's not cool, homie. Like, real shit. I used to have this conversation with so many people all the time. Like, like they always like, oh, would you work with Kanye? Of course I work with Kanye, but I feel like I probably have 30 minutes with Kanye because I have to whoop his ass. I'll be honest with you. I don't understand why Kanye's never got his ass whooped, bro. Like, I'll be thinking about that shit.
I think he can fight, bro. I'm be honest.
He must be the dopest motherfucking fighter in the world, bro.
I think he can fight.
There's no possible way this nigga is still doing interviews, multiple interviews after interviews, blah, 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 saying the stuff he's saying, getting away with it.
Right.
Why? And I'd be like, sometimes I have to sit back and I have to question, like, are the niggas who's interviewing him and doing stuff with him real then? Like, he should have been choked up a few times, bro. He just got, like Donda, had room full of people, room of artists and stuff coming, artists after artists flying into whatever. Mm-hmm. You're saying Kanye never said something stupid? Bro, real shit, somebody has to slap Kanye in his mouth. That's the only way it's going to work. Bro, I don't understand. Yeah, bro. It's mind-boggling to me. He must be a a real deal squabbler, homie.
Like this whole topic like hurts me, right? Because Kanye is like anybody who knows me know Kanye is like my favorite artist of all time.
Same.
Like, I love
Kanye. Made especially black artists, dog, especially black musicians, black artists, man. Like Kanye is embedded in us, like sewn deeply.
Like without Kanye, I don't even know if a nigga like me could rap.
Exactly.
I you know what I mean? I'm not a gang. You know what I mean? Like that's what it was before that nigga came out, bro. Like that's what it was.
Of course.
And so for me, I couldn't be here So this is why this hurts, right?
Yes.
But like when I see stuff where you come out with a White Lives Matter shirt, right? When I see stuff where you show up with the MAGA hat, when I see you saying stuff like slavery was a choice,
the Confederate flag jackets,
when I see you intentionally putting a brake on our movements, right?
Yes.
You're a rich billionaire who has all of the luxury of life,
yes,
right? You have all the proximity to whiteness that you get to have. You know, you're having conversations with Balenciaga and all these fashion. Like you're in that world, right?
Yes.
We're the ones who are getting our asses beat, right?
Exactly.
We're the ones who ain't nobody coming for you.
Exactly.
So when you in the position that you are and the power that you have, right?
Exactly.
Can get up here and say, I fuck with Trump.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You get up here and say, you know, no, white lives matter.
Yes.
Fuck Black Lives Matter.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
When you can get up here and you could do it like, say slavery was a choice.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can get up here and praise Candace Owens, right? You get up here, you can, there's rumors of him making comments about favoring, like positive comments about Hitler and shit.
Yes.
Like you're saying shit like that.
Yep.
And to me, it's like, that's dangerous.
Very, very.
It's dangerous because
yes,
I'm fighting this battle. I'm trying to have these talks. I'm trying to make this headway, right?
Daily you're fighting these battles.
And you got people who you're trying to win over.
Yes.
But then you got somebody like Kanye West that says, yo, fuck all that.
Yep.
Fuck all that. White lives matter.
Yep.
Yo, fuck all that. MAGA.
That was the best way to say it.
You know what I mean?
That's best. I mean, he does. Does he? Do you feel like he understands that magnitude? Do you feel like he understands that? Because that's everything you just said is exactly.
I don't. Like, if he does understand it, then like, fuck you.
That's what I'm saying.
What I mean? Like,
and this is what I'm saying because I truly believe he understands. The smartest man in the world, right?
Yeah.
According to him, you're telling me he doesn't understand that? You tell me he doesn't understand the power he says when he just walks into a fashion show with White Lives Matter.
Yeah.
He understands what it does to the black community. He understands that. Like, and so here's what I struggle with because just like you said, I too am built off Kanye. You know, that's part of my other half.
Yeah.
I give the other half to Pharrell Williams.
Yeah.
But my you know that is part of my other half. But and so what I struggle with the biggest thing I struggle with him in doing that is I start trying to look into what he's saying all the time. See, this is what the black community does.
Trying to come up with excuses.
We always try to start digging into what he means.
Yeah.
This is what he means.
I did that for a long time.
Yes.
I did that
this
for a
is
long
what people
time.
are doing now.
Yeah.
Like I watch a lot of my friends on social media and stuff start posting to whatever. Just throwing up conspiracy theories and blah, blah, blah. Just trying to dig in more into what he says. But I honestly think he's so just blatantly I don't care to the point he knows that's what he's going to do. I'm going to throw it out here. Watch you guys start trying to search and figure out what I'm going to say.
Right.
I didn't know what I felt at that moment. This is what I felt at the moment. Like he said, I'm a wear it on my sleeve type person, and I say it right away. So he wore it on his sleeve. He said it right away, and now he's expecting us to start digging through it and trying to figure out whatever. And then it makes him start looking better in a sense because we. But dog, at some point we have to just say, forget it.
Yeah.
What's crazy is right before all this happened, right before the White Lives Matter thing, because that's when I was like, bro. I remember telling my friend who's also my barber, like, bro. He messaged me, he was like, bro, are you done with Kanye? I was like, bro, real shit.
Yeah,
like,
I can't.
I'm just done.
And
it's
that was it for me too. That was it for me because I fuck with Donda. I was like, I you know what I mean. I was waiting for the project. I was mad every time the shit didn't drop.
Donda.
You know what I mean,
bro? Yes, of course. And that's like like I said when that dropped and he asked me if I was just done with them, I was like, yeah, man. I honestly, it's not about this like I want to go post on social media. I'm done, man, with Kanye, blah blah. It's just literally to the point like, dude, I'm a grown ass man, bro. How do I look like keep chasing this dude up and down his roller coasters?
Yeah.
It's time to move on, homie.
Yeah.
Like that's how I looked at it, right?
Yeah.
And so I was already done with it then. And then all of a sudden this came up. This all of a sudden comes up and you start seeing people start digging into this is why this White Lives Matter was brought up and this is why it's too much. At some point, dog, we just have to look at ourselves and say, dog, we're grown people.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
Yeah. Yeah, he's accountable.
Exactly.
You know what I
Yeah. Leave him be. And like I said, man, I mean, Kanye is one of those conversations, bro, you could go on. Is there podcasts made specifically for Kanye West?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's the Kanye West podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like going to anti.
No,
Okay.
they're just
so
like
just like digging into the work.
Yeah,
okay,
digging
that's
into
a
his
good
work and
one.
everything like that.
Check that one out.
It's great.
Check
They do great work. So speaking about all of that, and then now we talk about Kyre, right?
Yeah.
So Kyre shares a trailer of a documentary that's anti-Semitic. I have a very nuanced opinion about this, right?
Yeah, I thought you said about him, like the flat earther, because he's a flat earther.
Well, yeah, there's a lot.
Sounds like
he's a
character.
Yeah, he's a character, bro. He's a character for sure, right? I think he was irresponsible with the reshare, right?
Yes. Totally agree with you.
So I think he was irresponsible with the reshare. I think there shouldn't be any space for anti-Semitism or whatever, right?
Yeah.
However, I don't think the firestorm comes on him as hard as it does without the Kanye situation.
Of course.
Right?
No.
To where now it's just like, yo, like we're not fucking with this.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you see what the team asked?
No.
For him to come back?
No.
Okay, so the team was like, we need you to issue an apology
to
the Jewish community.
Okay. Yep.
We need you to meet with Jewish leaders. We need you to pay or donate
of course,
it was like $500,000 to like Jewish charities and stuff like that. A few other things.
Yeah.
But it's a lot. It was a long list of being like, yo, to come back. When I think about how the NBA has responded to these comments versus things like Donald Sterling, right? Where you have Donald Sterling gets on recording and says, I'm not trying to like compare stuff, but what I am saying is like, it feels like black people always are we don't get the same.
No. That's a fact.
We don't get the same treatment because y'all bought this nigga walked out with millions of dollars.
Yes.
Like, all right, sell my team.
Yes.
Buy it. Cool, I'm out. Yeah, he's out, but he walked out he won. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, he won. So like I just when I see this, it's like when I see this, it's I think it's important to have the conversation of being like, yeah, you shouldn't have said that, but I think it's also a detriment to ignore how people respond, one, defending white people, and two, vilifying black people, right? Because black people will say something stupid, and the black community was black community would be like, yeah, Kyrie, you shouldn't have said that. That was wrong. You know, you should apologize. Whatever. People jumped out and said that. Shaq said it. Stephen A. Smith. People came out and they said it. Right. You shouldn't do that. Right.
Yeah.
But then you got like in the same token, you got people saying, people using that as a black person falling or failing as an excuse to be racist. So they'll say like nigga, they'll say you know, they'll say like just crazy, they'll say crazy stuff. Or this is why black people da 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 da. But it's so like it's a conversation that like can't even live on the internet because nuance doesn't exist on the internet, right? So where I can like me even saying this, yeah. I'm gonna get comments that are gonna be like,
of course,
yo, you wildin', like you wildin', whatever.
How dare you?
And they're gonna want me to walk it back. I'm not going to. But like, we can hold people accountable without. There has to be a way to hold people accountable without creating an environment where there's extra fire on them that doesn't need to be.
Is that the whole definition of cancel culture right there? Is that the whole whatever cancel culture? Let me ask you this. Do you think cancel culture only exists for black people?
No.
I struggle with that.
No.
I struggle with that.
This whole movie's about white folks doing horrible shit.
That's true.
Yeah. What's that movie? with the white women in the TV show. Nicole Kidman's in it or whatever, Bombshell or something like that.
Oh,
Bombshell.
okay, yeah,
that whole shit,
okay.
And they was all like conservatives.
Let me ask you this though. Then, okay. So, even though I still struggle with that, but do you think it's stronger, exist more towards black people? Cancel culture. Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say something crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think cancel culture exists.
Dude, like Kendrick said, what the fuck is cancel culture, dog? Like that, it doesn't, and like, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't. But somehow that is a thing, though. Like, and it's hard to
people saying cancel culture. I feel like a lot of times is a way for them to shake accountability.
Yeah,
you're like, oh, cancel culture. Yeah. They're trying to cancel me. Nah.
Yeah.
You said some bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, now, do I think people? Do I think sometimes public opinion can go too far? As far as like jumping on people?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But
what about the extremity of like?
I think there's natural. I think there's natural consequences for the things that you say.
But what about the extremity of just where I have always noticed where cancel culture exists, if it is an existence, is like when one company says I'm pulling out and everybody with whatever because of association wants to pull out.
That's like what they're supposed to.
But I don't honestly.
They're supposed to.
I don't know.
Why would you? It's a business decision, right? Okay, listen. Me and you are gonna go on tour together.
Yeah.
Right. If you knew, like, yo, Crum steals.
Yeah.
He been stealing.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Yeah, this nigga steals everything.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey everyone, sorry to let you know, but Jay Crum's no longer going to be on the tour because that nigga steals. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's probably going to be other people, hey, I didn't know Crum was stealing.
Yeah.
But because now we know that he's stealing, we don't want to associate our brand to niggas that steal.
But here's what I will say though. This is almost a different reference because that's physically something in whatever. That's
how though? Okay, well tell me. Give me an example of where you felt like
if Crum said, you know what? I don't want to. I can't wear Nike shoes, bro. I can't wear them. Like I just don't agree with Nike. I don't like Nike shoes. I'm just whatever Nike, just anti-Nike, bro. And all of a sudden, I was like, okay, you know what? With my position and my whatever, whoever, if I'm somebody, whatever. Oh, all of a sudden, I don't want Crum because he said he don't mess with Nike.
Do you think that's what happened?
And somebody else says, okay.
You think that's what's happened though?
Yes.
Where has that happened?
It happens all the time.
Give me an example.
Catch me on the spot. But I honestly feel like it's happening. And again, I'm not vouching or standing for anything Kanye West said. Or any from the White Lives Matter to the issues with the Jewish community.
Because Kanye says he doesn't like Nike all the time.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
So, nobody's like, yo, fuck you. You're like, we don't fuck with you. No one's saying that. When he says White Lives Matter, people are like, okay. No, that didn't happen. Actually, that's not what happened. Yeah. It wasn't until he said the shit about the Jewish people. Then they was like, oh, wait, hold on.
Hold on. See what I'm saying, though? But that's what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, and that's what I'm saying. And I feel like that's what a lot of other people are trying to express too. And again, I'm not standing for anything in that sense of or the issues or the stupidity he's brought up against the Jewish community. Not at all. Mm-hmm. But when it was White Lives Matter, everything just kind of flattened out. Everything was just kind of flattened out. Uh-huh. It was just kind of like, dude, you're stupid.
Yeah, we out.
I can't believe you.
Yeah.
How dare you, bro? Blah blah.
Yeah.
Then this happened. And everybody's gone.
Everybody's gone.
Everyone's gone.
Well, the people, yeah, for sure.
And all I'm saying is I feel like a lot of times that happens more so to a person of our melanin than it does in any other instance. Because I mean, we can even go with the whole like, I mean, Brett Favre is still in the world of being a Hall of Famer, right? Mm-hmm. That dude stole millions.
Yeah, you're right.
From charity, millions, and then tried to say he didn't know that's what they were doing.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
And it's just like, let's just leave him alone. Mm-hmm. Why is that not talked about, tweeted about, IG'd about, everything consistently? Dude stole millions from charity.
So let me say this then. I would agree that it's harsher when it's a black person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it happens more.
Yeah.
But when it does happen to black people, it's way harsher. So like, I think if Kanye doesn't happen and Kyrie doesn't happen, we would be talking about Brett Favre.
No.
We would. There's nothing else. It's the same reason why. Here's why I say that. Here's why I say that. Because it was the same reason why when police brutality was finally recognized by America, because there was no other shit happening.
Yeah.
There was nothing else to distract. There was no other shit to distract us from what was going on.
Yeah.
Right. So I think when you have somebody so polarizing as a Kyrie and because they're polarizing.
Yeah.
Every time they get on a microphone, everybody's like, what do they got to say? What do they got to say? They're going to say some crazy shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you don't have that, I think you have people saying Brett Favre.
See, I don't know though, man. I still feel like, again, to me, it's not even a matter of something overshadowing the other. It's just a matter of something getting swept under the rug and the other one always exists. And that's what I feel like what happens to a lot of like things that, and I'm just be honest, it happens to a lot of cancel culture that happens to a person that is white just kind of gets swept under the rug. You know, it's let's bring it up, but it just kind of drifts away.
You feel like they come back? White people have had an opportunity to come back.
Should have
from what we say is like cancel culture.
Yeah.
So what you have like I would agree that I would agree with that. I feel like I agree with you. Do you feel like the black people who have been canceled deserve to be canceled?
That one's tough too, because like I said, again, for instance, they tried to cancel Dave Chappelle, one of the most articulate, smart men. Always has like watching Dave Chappelle is no longer just watching a comedy show. It's like watching a professor speak, just with a comedy overlay, right? It just has this laughable feel, but like he's literally speaking. He's teaching. He's educating.
Do you feel like they canceled Dave Chappelle?
Oh, they tried.
But do you think they canceled him? Is he not headlining a tour with Chris Rock right now?
I mean, Dave Chappelle's taken off.
Okay,
but they tried. They tried, and that's and not only did they tried very, very harshly, very harshly. Like, I mean, with the whole the transgender community and things like that, and which all the comedians are been going down that lane since day one. You know. And again, they tried. You know, I think Dave Chappelle is so smart, just like you said, very articulate and knows and basically he just expresses himself differently. He holds himself differently, you know, in a different way than Kanye does. Kanye attacks. He sounds like he's attacking all the time. He's attacking, and so which makes people, even me and you, say forget you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they tried. They tried, and to me, I don't know. I feel like it's.
I hear what you're saying.
It's stronger, man. It's one of those things. Like I said, there's so much of this going on. It's just everything gets swept under the rug when it comes to white people. A lot of times, it just kind of gets swept under the rug. Let me ask you this real fast. Let me ask you this real fast. Okay. One venue. There's a venue in the city, right? Live music venue. One live music venue owned by more predominantly white people. White people, period, just owned by white people, says we don't pay our artists. We do not pay. We don't not whatever. We don't do any of that. We've got a name of struggling with that. And even if we don't say it, there's just history of that going on. Right. Another venue, black-owned venue, right, does that same thing. Which one gets trashed to the ground first? And I have to. I can't deny the fact that the black venue gets burned. I'm talking Tulsa,
That's a crazy town. That's a crazy town to talk about right now. Yeah. But no, I think. Okay, I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
And that's like
I still feel though like, and I'll say this because we'll move on to the last thing real quick. But I feel like people should be held accountable for what they say.
Of course, 100%. No
matter
who you are.
I personally think people ain't gonna like me for this.
Yeah.
I personally think Dave Chappelle shouldn't have said what he said.
With what?
With the whole thing about transgender and all that stuff. I don't think he should have said it. I think some of the feedback, but I'll say this: what happened though was it left opportunity for people to be racist.
Yeah,
because you had black people who were like, even people from the black trans community that were like, yeah, Dave,
yeah,
nah, that shouldn't. Even the delicate, and they're like, hey, we shouldn't have said that like that. That hurt us. Yeah, right. But then you have like white people who are like, yeah, and fuck you, nigga. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, have like it's there's this. It's a very, and so then it's like this thing of like, well, now the conversation's changed, right? Because now I gotta fuck you up for what you just said, right? Yeah. To where it's like it's this thing of it's this weird thing where it feels dangerous sometimes, at least from where I sit. It feels dangerous sometimes to have conversations in public spheres with mixed company.
Yeah.
Because as a black community, we could be like, hey, look, it's 2022. Yeah, we should be off that, right? Yeah. But then, and as a black community, actually have those conversations without us like. But when you have these conversations in a public space, and you have all these people who don't understand intersectionality, who don't understand all the things that come with that. Yeah. Now giving their 2 cents, it leaves room to let their biases show. True. And you see all these different power dynamics play because, whiteness still sits at the top. Yes. Yes. And so when you have whiteness condemning something that a black person said that was wrong, oftentimes it comes from a place of bias. It comes from a place of malice. It comes from a place of power and all of that. And it's hard to have these conversations about black failures in a way without because there's so many aspects that we gotta like address. Of course. But I don't know. Like even this, somebody could take clips of what we and be like
and twist it.
Yeah. Of course. Which we just have
the
whole episode.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get to the last one. Yeah. Two things. We could talk about tour and we could talk about the project.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So we are actually one of the reasons why me and Zach have linked up so much lately is we're actually planning a tour for spring, and super hyped for that. And we want to come to y'all city. So if you want to book our tour, where can they find us?
You can find the Fae at the Fae Band IG, the Fae.band website. Start there.
Yep. And you can reach me at J Crum Music everywhere. J Crum Music on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all those places. jcrummusic.com. You can book me there. Let us know what cities you guys want us to pull up in. And we'll try to do everything we can to try to make that happen. If you are a promoter, reach out to us. Please shoot us a DM. Yeah. And I just dropped a new project called Valiant, and it's a project. I'm a former pastor. I have over the last 3 years have deconstructed my faith, my belief system, and so I made an album about it. Not really made an album about it. I made an album while I was going through it, right? And so,
that's dope.
Yeah. And so, like, what I've been seeing is people have been feeling seen by the project. People have been feeling like, yo, those thoughts you had, those are the thoughts I've had. Those thoughts that you had, I'm having right now.
How long did it take you to do the album?
It took about 2.5 years. Yeah, 2.5 years of just going through shit. Yeah.
So just a collection of all that.
Yeah. So when you hear songs, you'll know what season I was in, and it all kind of tells this linear story of.
Are you placing songs in that in like order of that?
Yeah. So it all tells that kind of narrative. So it starts. Nice. It starts like how you want a movie would, how you would like suspect a movie would. Where it kind of starts. And everything
climax.
Everything is kind of cool at the beginning, and everything like that. Things just start to become more and more. Yep. And so, I like that. So it talks about all of it. It's the pain, it's the victories, it's the anguish, it's the triumph, it's everything. And so, so you guys check it out. Valiant by J. Crum. Much love to y'all, and we will be back.
We'll definitely be back.
We'll be back. You guys let us
canceled.
Yeah, y'all let us know what what topics you guys want us to cover. Let us know what you think of this episode. Give us your thoughts, all of that. Much love to y'all. My name is J. Crum,
Zach Watkins,
and this is Valiant Club. Much love.
Peace.
Valley on, all of my people carry on. Know what it feel like this when you realize been in the valley way long. Wanna see daylight stuck by the wayside, praying that you don't stay long. Can I see the play right? This don't play right. Did we get this way wrong?